When Canada began exploring its next-generation fighter jet, the Gripen quickly stood out, not just as a cost-effective option, but as a program promising deep industrial integration. Unlike some of the larger competitors whose proposals focused primarily on the sale of advanced aircraft, Saab presented a vision that went far beyond planes. It wasn't just about delivering jets, it was about building a long-term partnership with Canadian industry. Imagine a scenario where Canadian engineers aren't just assembling imported parts, but are actively designing, testing, and upgrading systems on Canadian soil. This was central to Saab's pitch. From simulation software to avionics components, the Gripen program offered opportunities for Canadian companies to gain hands-on experience with cutting-edge aerospace technology. Could this approach actually redefine Canada's domestic defense capabilities? Saab's offer also included technology transfers, allowing Canadian firms to manufacture critical components themselves. This contrasts sharply with some rival programs, where most high-tech parts remain exclusive to the manufacturer's home country. For Canada, this meant not just jobs, but strategic autonomy, the ability to maintain, upgrade, and even modify its own fighter jets without relying entirely on foreign suppliers. Furthermore, Saab proposed a tiered partnership structure, matching Canadian companies with specific areas of expertise. Whether it was composites, radar systems, or advanced maintenance procedures, there was a clear path for local firms to become part of a global supply chain. How might this approach redefine Canada's domestic aerospace industry? Could Canada emerge as a hub for fighter jet innovation rather than just a buyer? Another crucial point was cost predictability. Unlike some competitors whose long-term support costs were uncertain and often ballooned after initial delivery, the Gripen structure included clear, manageable maintenance and upgrade pathways. Canadian technicians could be trained to work on the aircraft entirely domestically, drastically reducing reliance on foreign contractors and protecting taxpayers from unexpected cost overruns. Saab also emphasized flexible contract terms, allowing for incremental growth and adaptation. For example, Canada could start with a smaller number of jets and scale up while simultaneously expanding domestic industrial participation. This was in stark contrast to programs demanding rigid commitments or long-term dependency. Perhaps most strikingly, the Gripen's industrial benefits weren't limited to aerospace companies alone. Spillover effects could touch multiple sectors, from electronics and software development to materials science. In this way, the deal wasn't just a defense purchase, it was a strategic investment in the Canadian economy. In the end, the question isn't just why Saab's Gripen offered more industrial benefits, but what Canada's future could look like if it leveraged these opportunities fully. Will Canadian engineers and technicians become pioneers in fighter jet technology? Could this approach inspire a new era of domestic innovation and economic growth? These are the stakes that make the Gripen's offer far more than just a bid for a jet. It's a vision for national capability and industrial independence.